Okay, so Ben just joined the server, and, well, it's only right if I immediately prank him, right? Because, you know, him and I have been friends for quite some time, and one thing he absolutely can't stand is dying for no reason. So we're going to try and kill him. You know what, we're not going to use the minecart TNT, because that does feel a little mean. I don't really care if he survives this, I just want to, you know, scare him, and I think the best way to do that is by placing these observers absolutely everywhere. And you know what? He's going to break this one over here as well. I just know he is. So we're going to put one here. And then he's going to try and outsmart me. He always does. He always tries to outsmart me. Okay? So we want a TNT here, TNT here, TNT here, TNT here, here, and here. Alright, what is those there just for fun, you know? Okay, and then we can cover all this up. Do I have any torches on me? I do have some torches on me. Oh, how nice. Okay. Actually, you know, I don't know which way he's going to be coming, so let's just block that off too. Okay, and then we can do this. Okay. Now I just have to be careful not to set it off myself, because that would be absolutely terrible. I mean, how are you going to avoid a big red button like that and a sign that literally says, press me? Like, how are you going to avoid this? You can't. You can't avoid that. And if you do avoid that for some reason, well then it, like, there's something mentally wrong with you, because it's a big red button, for goodness sakes. You do not press a big red button. It's a big red button. Press me. Okay, so that should be fairly well done. So if he breaks that block, if he breaks that block, if he breaks that block, if he breaks this, if he breaks that block, or that block, everything will go kablooey. And Ben is a pretty smart guy, I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty smart. But just for some reason, this one time, it just would bring me so much happiness if he just blows that up. And maybe not lose all his gear, but if he lost all of his gear, it would be very, very funny. Like, come on. How could it not be funny? Anyways, we're going to leave that little gift for him over there. And in the meantime, there's been something over here I've been kind of working on that I would like to show you guys. So the Seasons mod pack is actually really messing with me, because every time I go to show you guys something, oh, it's so ugly. Oh, the leaves turn all gross and everything. And like, wait, what is this? I didn't do this. Ben? I blame Ben. Anyways, this is what I've been kind of working on. We have a palm tree here. We have a little fishing area over here. So with this little skillet here, if I throw in a fish, which I don't currently have. Anyways, if we put in a fish here, it fries it. And I think it's a little bit faster than this, and it doesn't use any coal. So anyways, that's a nice little thing. Anyways, so I have a little place over here that I can fish at, all nice and peacefully. And yeah, if friends want to come over, you know, there's a little boat here that they can dock up to. And then there's, yeah, this little lounge area with some music discs that I've already shown you guys. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Also, the animation to this chest seems to be broken. I don't know why. It's just it's very broken. Something else I got was this pretty cool trident, and I got this when actually Ben joined the server the very first day. Him and I went on a little journey to find himself a little home. I wasn't quite sure if we were going to be able to find what he was looking for, so I didn't bother recording it. But yeah, anyway, so we got this trident here, and of course it has loyalty, so I can throw it, and hopefully it'll come back. It'll come back, right? Yep, there it comes. Yay! Okay, so what I wanted to do today was actually work on this house and this house. Now this house probably needs to be moved over a little bit, because I'm just envisioning, you know, if we put a roof on this, it's going to be mighty close to this one. It already is kind of squishy, so what we might do is just move it over maybe to here. And so our center block might be here, and we might make it just a tad bit bigger, because it's only a 9x9. It's literally a square box. And as for this one's almost in a perfect position, because it's just off the road a bit. It's not really going to interfere with any of the other buildings in and around it. So I think this one will be okay. Okay, so that is all cleared out, and I think I forgot to mention in the last clip that I actually extended the road all the way down to the end there. It actually goes up past the little building over there, so this is kind of like the main street, and then this is also kind of a main street as well. We're going to have it go right from that end all the way down here, and this is going to be kind of like the central shopping area, mainly because this is where our waystone is. Okay, so I finally got the roof design that I wanted. Now, what I'm trying to debate is whether or not I want to have planks or logs here. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to go like this, not like that, or do I want to use planks? And the planks are a little more darker. No, they're not really darker, but they're more of a smooth color, which kind of complements the wood that's already there, the planks. So do I want that, or do I want that? You know what? That's kind of growing on me, because there's a little bit of extra detail texture there. That might look better. And of course it has to start raining. Now that is one side. Now will it look better if it was stripped? That's a good question, actually. Does that look better? You know what? I think that does look better. I think that does look better. So I'm going to do that on both sides, and maybe add a little bit of extra detail just so that this front end isn't as flat. Looks like Ben got my present. He put present in quotations, and unfortunately it didn't kill him, but I didn't really want it to anyways. I would have felt really bad if it had killed him, and I probably would have gotten some very angry messages in Discord. But oh well, all fun and games, and no harm done. Okay, so this is what it looks like for our first house. Now, as you can see, I added just a little bit of scenery, and I think that it's important for a build like this, since we're only really working with 3 colors here, and it's kind of difficult to add a layer of pop to it, if you kind of understand what I'm saying here. Like, adding the 3D element like this, to me, kind of blends in quite a bit, but adding, you know, the dark oak fence gates across the bottom here kind of just show that there's another layer, even though it's kind of hard to tell. Like over here you can tell fine, but up close without those fence gates there, you almost think that this was flush, especially if you're like right there. it blends in very well up here. So this mod pack actually adds something called a saw. Now with this saw we can actually make pretty cool things, like if we just throw in our spruce planks. As you can see, we actually have vertical slabs, which is something the community has been begging for so long. But we could also make stuff like posts and stuff like that. We can make different kinds of signs, spruce ladders, and of course we also have our decoration things like the spruce corner trim, which we're actually going to make a few of them. We're not going to make a ton, but maybe about 20 should do. And then what I want for the floor, of course it has to rain, it's so loud. We're actually going to try maybe these, or no, we want something with a little more detail on it for the floor. Maybe this. I'm not sure how this will look, but we're going to go with it. I just realized that if you actually put a spruce log in here, it comes out with a bunch of different variations of different things, way more than if I just put in the planks. Like we get the composter now, we also get stick stacks, and timber braces, and all these other really cool things. We actually can get chiseled bookshelves and stuff like that, a chute, which I'm not actually quite sure what that is, but a spruce chest, actually, that's really cool. I might just take one of those. But yeah, so let's experiment with a few of these things. I kind of want to see what they will do. Maybe we can use them as shutters and things. And yeah, and we also want a couple of these as well. I think that will look kind of cool. Okay, so I see. So these are kind of like placeholders. Now, if you were going to like plan out a big build or something like that, you can use a bunch of these. They are quick and easy to break, and they don't take too much durability off of your axe, but you can also place a block inside of them. And yeah, so I think that's kind of what this is for. However, we can still use them for decoration, of course. We just have to be kind of careful that we don't lose our blocks inside of them. But yeah, anyways, they kind of look like fairly good. I think I actually prefer the shutters almost. They just look less busy. So this is our nice little house here. It actually ended up a little bit taller than I wanted it to, but I think it came out quite nice. Now let's just take a look on the inside. Now this is going to be our little kitchen here. Probably should add an oven, I'm just thinking that now. But yeah, so we have our cupboards up here, of course. We have our little corner pieces, which just kind of rounds the roof off a little bit. And yeah, and then we have over here something a little bit cool. We have a little faucet. Now if there was a little more room on the outside and we were able to add, I think it needs to be about 3 blocks, we could add a little water source here right where the saw is, and it would actually fill up the cauldron underneath it, which is quite cool. We'll definitely be making use of that a little bit later. Now as for up here, of course we have our ladder, and then I'm going to put a little bit of a bedroom up here. I just ran out of resources, but yeah, anyways, we're going to have a little bit of a bedroom in here. It's kind of tiny, so there's not really much else we could do up there. Maybe have a bit of a study, put some bookshelves or something like that, but for right now, I'm going to count this little house as done. Okay, so this house here is going to end up being a little bit different because it's so much smaller, but it's going to come out hopefully with the same kind of design up at the top here for the roof. And of course it's snowing, it's always snowing. My town is getting a little snowed in. Anyways, I think that's kind of cool. You know what? The more snow that kind of comes in, the more this town is going to start to get really buried, it looks like. Anyways, it doesn't seem to affect that building. It must be in a different biome, which is interesting. But anyways, these buildings here, this one, and just trying to traverse this place is starting to get a little tough because that's a full snow block. Yeah, it's springtime. It's supposed to, you know, when it rains, it's supposed to kind of melt the snow. However, we might need to hire some snow shovelers. I don't know what we're going to do about that. What have I done here? Well, this is supposed to be kind of a more run-down house. See that house over there? It was a little more upper class just because it had pretty much a sink. That's mainly it. It has a sink. This house, it doesn't have a sink. It's much more cozy. This is more of like a, I don't know, like a worker's house. You know, there's this little fishing rod and hammer and everything like that. And then out here, you know, you have your, I guess this is supposed to be for grapevines or something. It's a lattice. I'm not actually quite sure if maybe you can have vines growing up it or something. That would be pretty cool. I tried adding some greenery. It didn't work though. But anyways, yeah, I really like this little house. It's kind of cute. And these little things here, they add a nice trim just to kind of break up the colors a little bit. And what they are, they're just item shelves, which is pretty cool. The unfortunate part is, you know, if you want that item back, you have to break it. But yeah, anyways, it adds a bit of a decoration in and around the building. Anyway, so that is pretty much all the time I'm going to have. I just built these 2 houses, but I also did a lot behind camera, like that little fishing village. But before we end off this episode, what I wanted to do was actually go over to Ben's place, because, like I said before, his house kind of, or he set off that trap. So I'm kind of curious how much damage that did, or if he even fixed it. He probably fixed it already, which is unfortunate. But let's just see. Oh man, look how deep that hole is. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm so happy. Well, everybody, that is going to be about all the time I have for today. But it is so nice to have some more friends on the server. We're going to have a few others join us, hopefully, within the next few days. But we will see. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. This was a lot of fun to make. Actually, these new building styles, I think they suit me quite nicely, and I'm looking forward to building more with this kind of block palette in the near future. So stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. Anyways, you guys, thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.